All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me say this quote so many times. If this is the first time you're hearing it, I will explain what it means. But today was another reminder that when the tide rises, so do all the boats, okay? I'm gonna say it one more time and then I'll tell you what it means to me, all right? But one more time, when the tide rises, so do all the boats, okay? What does that mean to me? Basically this, right? Like imagine you're stuck. You're in a boat and you're stuck on some rocks. You can't go forward, you can't go back. All of a sudden it's been there for so long and sharks are starting to swim around you and things are bad, right? The only way you're getting unstuck is when the tide rises, when the waters literally lift you above the rocks and then your propeller starts spinning and going, right? And man, that's what Tilray has now done twice, all right? It did it here and it seemingly has done it here today, all right? So plenty to talk about on Tilray. I'll give you my thoughts and opinions on the acquisition for sure, but honestly, I think I'm a little more excited for Sandal and CGC, all right? Clearly a lot happening here. I don't think things are done here, but man, I'm excited for the other ones that hopefully will start to go as the tide does rise, right? But I'll give you all my opinions and more really quickly. Again, before we go any further though, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video all over the internet, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do really does help me out, but for real, just being here and giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? Again, if you can actually share this thing online, it does me the best help, but for real, just thank you again, okay? So look, let's get into Tilray. And clearly the easy thing to look at is this 36% day. And yeah, I'm not trying to take anything away from that, but honestly, there are like 4 other things I'm more excited about than this simple big day that we got, okay? Number 1, as of today, dude, and look how long it's been since this has happened, okay? Basically since right here, since late 2020. We are over all 5 moving averages. Break all 5 and fly, lose all 5 and die, all right? And we've seen so much death, all right? So much death. Sorry to zoom in and out so much, especially since right here. Since we lost all 5, it's been nothing but die. Some little moments here and there, but we're talking consistently to say the least, right? We are now in a place where, look, again, tomorrow's confirmation matters. You know, if you watch my videos often, that's a big thing I say. Where is this? Ooh, I like that. 277. I can't imagine this goes any lower than 277 tomorrow, all right? But look, as long as we hold the 20 moving average, as long as we can hold like 50% candle, and even this actually is more than 50% candle, right? But as long as we can stay over 270, oh man, there's so much that can happen right now. And it's crazy. I have not even drawn these lines up because I talked about it. Getting over the 20 moving average, the 200 moving average was going to be a really hard thing to do, all right? And the news today, again, I'm going to give you my initial thoughts, and then I actually read some stuff. You know, I normally don't read a lot of things. I just kind of glance headlines and move on, all right? My initial thought with the acquisition of the 8 brands from Anheuser-Busch, from Bud, Budweiser, Bud Light, right? My thought was, what are you doing, Tilly? You're a weed stock, and all of a sudden you're kind of trying to get into a new venture of liquor and, like, you know, stay in your lane, bro. Do your thing and do it well. That was honestly my first thought. When I started to read more, the acquisition makes a lot of sense, okay? First off, I had no idea Tilray before the acquisition, as of 3 days ago, before any of this news broke, right? As of 2 days ago, as of, you know what I mean? They were the number 9. They were a top 10 liquor beverage company. All right, maybe not liquor because some of it's CBD. I don't know if the CBD stuff has actual like liquor in it or not. But yeah, they were actually a big player, a top 10 player in the beverage game. With the acquisition, by gaining these 8 brands, they are now a top 5. They are number 5. Okay, that's strength. And in a lot of ways, there's a really cool story here of get your entire party with Tilray, right? Get your liquor from us, get your weed from us, get everything in between, right? Like Tilray, the mess you up brand, right? And like I say that jokingly, right? Obviously, I'm not here condoning any of that or supporting any of that out loud, at least, right? But there's actually a really, really interesting story. And let's be really honest, there's a lot of money in alcohol. There's a lot of money one day in weed. Not today. Unfortunately, not today. But yeah, we all, you know, the future is just, you know, a question of how long and when, not like will it happen, right? But I really like the acquisition. I think it's less about them going outside their lanes. It's more actually enhancing a lane they're already in. And again, I see this total story of like, again, get everything you need for your college party, for your quinceañera, for your graduate, whatever the words in between are, right? People celebrate so many different things. People celebrate so many different things differently, right? And hey, one-stop shop is a really good thing, all right? So yeah, breaking the 200 was amazing, all right? Getting this bounce off the 100 was actually a big technical move. Look, I'm not going to pretend. I started getting scared. I did, all right? Let me just flash it real quick. SPX is still not doing well, all right? Go to the Dow Jones, DJ 30. Dow Jones, that was a little bit better of a recovery today than I expected. But again, I'm still not seeing like amazing things just yet, right? I was worried that the market was going to mess up what was a beautiful move, right? And yeah, I definitely sold some shares here. I don't think I sold too many even seeing this, right? Because one, it was easy to buy back more. Number two, like I said, I don't think it's over. Ooh, excuse me, got a little hiccupy there. I don't think it's over because again, what did I just say earlier? Break all 5 and fly. Today is the day we got over it, all right? And look, we've been here before, but we couldn't confirm. Again, doji never counts as confirmation, right? We want a good candle tomorrow. And hey, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, like I said, at least hold here. Hopefully you hold here, that 277, right? And then maybe the day after it goes up, right? But we still do need confirmation. And if it confirms, like I said, we are now starting to break all 5 and fly, right? So I'm loving the MACD. I'm loving the RSI. That's clearly good volume. Let's see what volume does tomorrow. And, you know, normally I talk about like a pump and dump thing, right? Like that looks really big in terms of like the move up, right? It's not though, because hey, we've been close to this, all right? And we actually kind of stayed relatively not that bad. Like you can say the average was around 50 something million, right? So in my eyes, we kind of went from like 50 to 100 something, and that's a little bit more believable, you know what I mean? So I'm not calling this pump and dump volume, and I actually, like I said, I like the news for Tilly specifically. I think it's interesting. I'm going to say this one more time just in case you fast forwarded. I think it's interesting that non-weed news did this well because, again, I'm going to look at weed stocks next, and you'll see Sandal, SNDL, and CGC they're turning around, and I think it's because of Tilly, right? Despite it being more of like a liquor acquisition thing than any sort of like weed thing, right? But man, a lot to like here. Let's see how it confirms tomorrow. And look at this. Look at this. Been a long time since we've been over the 50 moving average. And again, how does it work? Break the 8, go to the 20. Break the 20, go to the 50. Break the 8, go to the 20. Break the 20, go to the 50. Next up in line, break the 50, go to the 100, sitting all the way here at 470. Again, this is a weekly chart. It's going to take a number of weeks, like you see here, to get over it potentially. Hey, Tilly's got the power to make 2 monster candles get it, right? Maybe we'll get here in like 2 weeks for all I know, but that looks good, that looks good, that looks good, right? There's so much to like on Tilray. There actually really is. So yeah, I don't think that this is actually fake news or anything like that. I think this is going to hold. My real curiosity as I turn to the next stocks is, will this non-weed news help these weed stocks that I'm about to look at? All right, so First and foremost, SNDL, okay? Man, sandal is looking hot. If you watched my last video, okay, one of the things I talked about was this candle on the 31st. This was not a fake out. Like, obviously a lot of people got faked out, right? Because you break the 100. This is for sure what I call confirmation. This is a strong candle, and then clearly this went down. Like, dude, I would have bought in a lot right here, honestly, if my money wasn't tied up in other places, okay? And I pretty much say that verbatim on my last video. I think today makes me as happy as I was right here. Obviously, I would have loved to get over this candle. Obviously, I clearly would have loved to break this 168. Today was big. Today gets over 3 moving averages. You can argue 2 because we were already still over the 20, so we actually only get over 2. But look, the one thing I love, look at the box over there on the left. The high was 165, the close was 1. Literally, there's not a single little smudging of a wick up there. Like, the entire minute to the last bell, people were like, let me buy more, let me buy more, let me buy more, let me buy more, let me buy more. That's strength right there. That's a good MACD, that's a good RSI, that's a good volume little indicator right there. What are you doing? Going down a little bit, but I actually don't care. I'm telling you, that's an insignificant going down for what was a really big candle up. I am actually expecting this thing to hit 180. 168 is going to be a hard line to break. Clearly, we couldn't do it here, right? Again, I don't think it was because this was a hard line. I just think it had really hard market conditions. But, man, let's see what it does. Because, again, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark is a great thing, right? I'm going to say it one more time just in case you fast forward it. Clearly, I believe this is going up because Tilray had a monster day today. I'm really curious about the fact that, like, Tilray's news was alcohol related, not weed related, right? So despite it being clearly a weed stock, like, will the alcohol news actually keep the weed stocks going up? I don't know. I actually don't know, right? So I think yes, just honestly, because like I said, check mark, check mark, check mark, check mark, right? There's only so many opinions I can have when I see that, right? But it's a curious thing to keep in your back pocket for sure, all right? Where are we on the weekly? Man, this weekly is actually kind of saying I want to go up to 195. And again, Tilray just broke the 50. So I think in the back of my head, that gets me a little excited that, hey, if Tilray can break the 50, maybe this can break the 50. And if this can break the 50, oh my. Again, weekly chart. This is going to take time, right? But oh my, if things go well, right? But yeah, the immediate target right now is get me to the 200 moving average. Hopefully we break and fly. Overall 5 and fly instead of what we've been doing for so long, which is be under all and die, right? So honestly, I think there's a lot to like in this sandal chart right here, all right, SNDL. CGC, let's take a look at CGC, and look, this does not look like a big monster day, all right? Sandal was obviously in the 10% double digit, the low one, but still a double digit. Tilly was in the 30s. I care less about the number right here and more what this candle did, okay? This, as of yesterday, was under the 8 and the 20. All right, bad things happen under the 8 and the 20. This thing only knows how to trade under the 8 and the 20. You know what I mean? So this was really kind of saying, hey, I think we're about to like go back under all-time lows. You know what I mean? Instead, today recovers not just well, but actually gets us over the 8 and the 20. We're definitely over this day. That's easy to see. I don't think we're over this one. No, we're not. We wicked it, and I'm hoping we break it tomorrow. I'll be honest with you. I really want this thing to close. I think even this is fine. 50 cents. I think if CGC can close at 50 cents, it's kind of the same things I was just saying on SNDL, right? Like, Tilray just broke the 50. Back of my head, I'm hoping CGC mimics. If you break here, we'll go here. And actually, I just said the stuff on the weekly, right? Tilray actually just broke the 200. Sandal actually just broke the 100. Let's take this to the 50. And then, man, from the 50 to the 100 is just red. 50 is the money line. If you can get over 55 cents, 56, 57, oh man, there's reason to believe we're running the 1 for sure. Again, I'm going to say it one more time just in case you fast forwarded. If you didn't, sorry you're hearing this so many times, but I genuinely believe that the only reason this is going up is because Tilray went up. I'm curious if the alcohol-related news on Tilray will keep the weed stocks like CGC going up. My gut says yes, but it's something to just keep in your back pocket, right? But yeah, there's a lot to like. I mean, I need more. Okay, let me at least take a step back. CGC does need more than Sandal, because Sandal's at least started doing a lot of good things. I think we've seen the moments that like it's wanted to. I think breaking the 50 is probably, arguably, this is probably where you'd want to enter. Even if it does that 50 cent that I'm kind of looking for tomorrow that I had said not that long ago, I think a fair argument is wait for 57. Just wait for 57, ignore all this little noise down here, and then fly. That'll also give you a good idea if the Tilray alcohol stuff will actually hold here. But again, Sandal I like more. CGC I'm actually still liking. I'm not taking any of those words back. But I think this one does need to do a little more. And hey, look, again, the weekly is just starting here. We're now finally, hopefully, over the 8. Excuse me, still a couple days left, and then it has to confirm next week, right? But yeah, break the 8. We're going to want to come to 20 up at 90 cents. And that actually kind of lines up with a lot of the numbers we've been talking about. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. Some hiccups. So, hey, that's actually all I got. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Otherwise, as always, thank you. Thank you.